Yes.
Okay. So we'll start the session with a small prayer to the divine. Om ya kundendu tushar har dhavla ya shubhr vastramrita ya veera vardand mandit kara या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्माशिद शंकर प्रभृति देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मा पातु सरस्वती भगवती निशेषजाड्य. So the blessings on divine will proceed ahead. So today's topic is government job and its combination in astrology. So we see like since many generation, even in the present generation, government jobs are one of its kinds most sought after jobs. Many people who are like from background of where like previously their ancestors also worked in a similar kind of jobs or some most of the doing paperwork, they will always be following the same kind of what you call legacy, and they will try to get into government job. Why government job is so much important? Because in government job there is first of all good job security as well as financial security, a lot of respect also, and a lot of perks also. And that too, like after the after retirement they will get the pension also. So that is why people are more interested in getting government jobs. Coming to astrology, what are the combinations that show like the person will be able to get a government job? Because see, whatever like we take birth, so whatever is there in the horoscope, okay, so we should, before finalizing a career, we should approach our astrologer and get to know like whether what is the direction of our life, what is the direction of our career. If we want to go to a government job, whether we will be able to get that government job, or if we ourselves we can check our horoscope. Then what should we say in the horoscope if we want to know we will get a government job? Okay, so when we say government, so in the entire planetary cabinet, the king is the sun. So sun is considered as government. So first thing that we should see in a chart is the position and dignity of sun. Placement of sun in a strong dignity, either in ascendant or 10th house, will be considered here good and favorable for government job. Even its positioning in 3rd house or 6th house, 7th house also, 9th house also, it will show favorable for government jobs. Moon is also considered very important when we come to analyze whether the person will be getting a government job. Why? Because moon will show your it will show status, it will show your all kind of growth and how much because in government jobs also, like it can be a lot of pressure because you are working under government. Okay, so there can be some pressure, so stress handling can also be seen from moon, status can be seen from moon, growth can also be seen here. Okay, it is a transferable job. Government jobs are mostly transferable. So movable signs, you can check whether moon is placed in movable sign, or combinations are being created for movement of the person. Okay, then also along with the sun's strong dignity and placement and moon's position, we can say the person will get a government job, and there will be movements also. Then another planet that is most important while analyzing government jobs is Saturn, because Saturn it is the natural karak for career, professions. Okay, so Saturn relationship with 10th house or its good placement will show the person can get a government job. Now again I will tell you, like Saturn in the entire planetary cabinet is considered someone who gives service. So in government jobs, mostly people have to give service to others. When we are serving to others, then we are the servant. So in this case, Saturn should have a very good dignity, good positioning. And even in D9 and D10 also, we have to analyze the placement and dignity of Sun and Saturn, Moon also. Other planets that are again important are Jupiter and Mercury. Mercury is why it is important. Mercury should have very good dignity, because Mercury, first of all, it shows your ability to use your logical mind, reasoning, and accounting. That is very much needed to get into a government job or any kind of financial services also. So in that case, Mercury should also be good, and Jupiter should also be good, because again, it is a benefic. And in any kind of horoscope, in any kind of job, anything we want to see, Jupiter's benefic effects on planet is very important to bring growth and bring prosperity or success in the life of the native. Similarly with Venus also. Venus is also again very important planet. Okay, it will also show your working environment if it is connected to your 10th house. Venus connection with your 10th house, or your what you call wherever your 10th lord is going. Okay, second lord is going. So connection with second house also will show like the person will be earning good, he'll have prosperity. In 10th house, it will show the working environment will be very good and fantastic. Okay, so now we should be knowing. So these major planets we have to, so we have to see again, like see, ascendant lord is always very important. Ascendant lord, if it is strong, having good dignity, then only the person will be able to do good in life. He will be able to work hard. He will be able to do whatever he wants to do in the life. So first house is always important. First lord is also very important. Also moon is also very important, because again it is the mind of the person. Okay, any kind of affliction to moon will show some kind of hamper to the growth in different areas of a person's life. Okay, so moon dignity should be counted here. Now, what are the houses that we should focus on to analyze whether the person will get a government job? So 2, 10, and 6. These are your earth trikonas. Okay, so place a connection of sun here. Okay, placement of sun here will show that the person will be earning through some kind of government job. Okay, and again, second house is important. Second house connection with 10th house or 10th lord, and connection with sun, again it will show the same thing, that the person have the chances to get into a government job. Now see, to get into some kind of government job, you have to clear a competition. Okay, so the sixth house is considered competitions. So sixth house and sixth house lord having connection with 10th house or 10th lord or even sun, it will show that the person will be able to, we have to check the dignity also of the sixth lord. So it will show that the person will be able to compete and get into a government job. 10th house connection with second house or second lord will show he will be earning through government if sun positioning is also there. Now Saturn connection with the 10th house or Saturn connection with the 11th house will show that the person has the ability to serve to people. So when it comes to service, again the same thing, that we are working under someone employed. So that is also a combination where government job is supported. 11th house shows, 11th house is sixth from sixth house as per Bhavat Bhavam. So we can say like the person after clearing the competition, he has got the job, then how much ability he has to again compete in his organization to have success, to have some prosperity, to have growth in career. So 11th house is also important. As per Bhavat Bhavam, 8th house is 11th from 10th. So that is also important. Any relation of 10th lord or 10th house with 8th, it can also be counted, because here again in government jobs in many kind of departments, you have to just be in your own kind of environment, not mingling with people, and you have to do some kind of back office work. So again, that can be considered as a combination for government jobs. Now, fifth house will show your skills and talents. So connection of your 10th lord, or a connection of fifth house and 10th house and their lords, can also show that the person will be using his talents and skills in government jobs. So again, when we talk about government, I have told you sun is very, very important here. Sun's strength and dignity will give a boost in the career of the native. It will give favorable chances in the career of the native. Okay, so its own sign Leo. Leo sign is very important when it comes to analyzing the chart for government jobs. So Leo's placement in favorable houses, maybe 10th house, maybe first house, even fifth house. So even ninth house also we can say, and the sun's placement, as I have told you in previously. So all these things will count to show whether the person is fortunate enough to have a government job. Then you have to see the other kind of yogas. If there is exchange between ninth and 10th lord, 10th houses, their lords are, if they are exchanging the houses, then also there are strong probabilities that the person will go into a government job. Okay, if some kind of Panch Mahapurush yoga it is forming in the chart, then also he will have to go into some kind of very, very reputed services like administrative services, IES, IPS. If you talk about some kind of IPS and all those things, then Mars also you have to see. Mars should be very, very strong. In our previous session, we have already discussed like combinations for a person to go in army kind of jobs. So that is again a government job. So there also, like we had told like what should be the combination. So here if a person is going into such kind of jobs, then Mars positioning will be very important. Exalted Mars, its placement, a good placement will show that the person will go in some kind of army or police services. Okay, so formation of Panch Mahapurusha Yoga in the chart, exaltation of Lord of 10th house and its good placement, exalted moon. Okay, other yogas like Buddhaditya Yoga, Gajakesri Yoga, then Chandramangal Yoga. All these things will show how much the person will get reputation and prosperity, success in his job as a government employee. So in D1 chart, first you have to analyze all these things. Okay, always note down like your sun, moon, Saturn. These are the main points where you have to focus and their connections. Even you have to count in the Lord of the Nakshatras where these are sitting. So the connections you can clearly note down. So more the connections, more the placements, more the good yogas, more will be the chances of the person to get into a government job. After analyzing your D1, you come to D9 chart. In D9 chart, again, you have to focus on the ascendant lord of D9. Okay, so its placement should be favorable, should be in good dignity. You have to see the lord of the 10th, lord of the 10th of D1 and also of D9. They should be in good dignity, and if they are in their own sign, then it is more good. 10th lord being in own house in D9, okay, or the 10th lord of D9 itself in own house will show that the person will he will be able to carry on his job well. And if Saturn also is in own house, and the sun also in own house or friendly house, similarly for moon, so more the combinations, more will be the chances that the person will succeed in getting a government job. Coming to D10 also. In D10 is the Dashamsha chart. It is the divisional chart for professions and career. Okay. So in D10 again, you have to see your Lord of Ascendant in D1 chart. So if it is in the ascendant or in its own sign, then it will favor your dream to get into a government job. Then again, 10th lord of D1 and 10th lord of D10. If they are in their own sign or in ascendant, it will be very good for the person. Okay, the person will be able to get into a government job with all his luck. Okay, similarly, D9, similarly, ninth house also is very important, and it's a Lord, because this will show your luck. How much is your luck favoring you to get into these kinds of job? One more point I will add, Rahu. Rahu is also very important here. If Rahu is positioned in 10th house in a favorable sign, then also it will show that the person will be able to get into a government job. He will work hard. Okay, connection of Sun Saturn is also considered favorable here. Okay, because it will show that the person will be connected to a government job, and he will be serving as a servant, government servant we can call. So these are the combinations that support in the government jobs. Many more, see, more deeper you go inside this, then more will be the combinations. So any kind of exchanges you are noticing, that is also very favorable. Now the question arises, when will the person get a government job? See, in case of business, in case of going to some foreign country, so they age is not a barrier every time. Business can be started at any age. Even if the person wants to go to a foreign land, then as per the combinations in his chart, he will be able to go in a proper timings. But in a government job, there are limitations. Till a certain age only you will be able to compete and get a government job. So in this case, when will the person get a government job? If the Sun Mahadasha or Moon Mahadasha, Mars Mahadasha, or the Mahadasha of your 10th Lord is coming at a perfect age. So in these Dasha Bhuktis, even along with Mahadasha, you can count Antardasha also. Antardasha also helps the person to achieve the results. So if those Dasha Bhukti of the planets or favorable transits are coming at a proper time, at a proper age, then the person will be able to get the government job very easily. And along with that, you should never forget to do the remedies. So if you want to get into a government job, you should check your chart, you should analyze these combinations, and wherever suppose your sun is weak or moon is weak or Saturn is weak, then related remedies is a must. Then you can have very good chances to get into a government job. So we'll be taking some example charts also. Gyan sir. Hello. Yeah. Sir, can you put in the other side? Otherwise, I'll take from this. Okay, no problem. 19 June 1961. Okay, fine. Yeah. So, but all are able to understand in this style, or shall I take the other style only? Okay,
Please
then I will.
continue. For
It is
your
okay.
convenience.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. You can continue.
Okay. Okay. So now we see here that ascendant lord is Venus. Okay, so Venus, it is going to 12th house, and that is in the sign of Mars. Okay, you see the 10th lord. 10th lord is Saturn. Saturn is in 9th house. Okay, and Saturn is also the lord of 9th house. So it is in a favorable house. 9th house is considered your luck also, long distance travels also, and retrograde Jupiter is there. Now, Jupiter being in Capricorn is considered debilitated, but it is becoming retro, so debilitation is cancelled. Okay, so in this case, the person's, as I had told in my lecture, see, 10th Lord connection with 9th house is also considered good and favorable for person to get into a government job. So here Saturn, the 10th house Lord has come to 9th house, and it is an own sign along with the retrograde Jupiter, the strong Jupiter can be considered good. So here the person, he was working as a bank employee. Okay. Now you see that the 10th Lord Ketu is there. So normally Ketu will be considered something that will cut you off from things, but here also Ketu's another role is also the person can be a good counselor. He will be able to teach, because it is again Ketu is a spiritual planet. It will guide people. Guidance is given. Okay, so the person was working as an HR team. Now fourth house, you see Mars is there, Rahu is there, Moon is there. Fourth house is considered as mother's house. And what does mother do? She nurtures the kid, nourishes. Okay, all these things come into the picture. Moon is also present, and all these planets, they are aspecting to your 10th house. So the person, he till for long term he was working as a HR person, and this person, he retired from the bank services as a general manager. Okay. Also, you see that Buddhaditya Yoga is forming in second house. So here you see that Saturn, it is aspecting 11th house, that is in Pisces. Okay. So 11th house also Saturn, retrograde Saturn is aspecting. Then it is aspecting the third house. Third house is communications. So that means 10th Lord is aspecting the third house also. So this one role can be considered here as lot of communications also. So being an HR person, you have to time communicate to the people in the down verticals. Okay. Then again in sixth house also it is aspecting, it is making a connection with the sixth house, which is again competitions. Okay. 11th house also is competitions further to your jobs. Okay. And a lot of success. So 10th house, now Saturn is also benefit here, because it is lord of two good houses, and also it is the friend of the ascendant. So in this you can say that the person, he got the government job, he carried it on good, and he retired in a very good dignity. Sir, you want to add anything? Jan sir?
Yes, you can see the same combinations you told, right? So that is also working from take Moon Lagna also shows that one. Because Moon Lagna, again 10th Lord Venus is going to 9th house. Venus is again your Amacha Karaka. And second thing is, whenever Jupiter is combined with Saturn, both are sitting. So Saturn is again Karma Karaka with Jupiter. Jupiter shows, you can say, teaching, counseling, administration, or organization, or banking. So that's why he is a one of the suitable profession he has selected into banking. And Sun is in 11th house from Moon. That is also most benefic aspect. Okay, you want to take second example?
Yes, sir. We'll take.
Yeah, this is second example. I'm converting into North Indian. Yeah.
Okay. So in this chart also, we see that the ascendant Lord Moon is going to the sixth house. Okay. And 10th house Lord, we can check 10th house Lord Mars, it is in 12th house in Gemini. So 12th Lord, it is Mercury, it is in 4th house. Connection is with 4th house. Okay. So first, Moon dignity we can check. Moon is with Jupiter, that is the Lord of 9th house, and Saturn, that is the natural significator for your profession and career. Okay. So the person, he cleared a competition in a government job, because Saturn connection again, it shows like the person will be serving. So competition as a government servant, okay, that is cleared. And the person, this person also, he was a banker, and this person also retired as a GM in one financial organization as a government employee. Okay. So here connection of Mars, you can check. Mars is aspecting third house. Sorry, third house. Yes. Okay, so third house again communications, and sun is there, so it is connecting with sun. 10th lord connection with sun is considered favorable for government job. Second house is Leo. Okay, so Leo again, as I told you, Leo will be considered in for connection of government jobs. That means person is earning income from a government organization. Okay, now Mars, it is also again, that means Mars 10th lord. Again, it is aspecting Jupiter, that means lord of 6th house and also lord of 9th house. It is aspecting Saturn, that is lord of 10th house, sorry, 7th house, and also lord of 8th house. So 8th house, as I told you, it is 10th, 11 houses away from 10th house. Okay, and a 7th house, it again shows your professional relationships, mingling with people in your organization. Okay, so moon itself, it is the ascendant. So connection of 10th lord, it is with all these planets, and a mutual aspect is being formed. So we can say like the person had higher chances to go into a government job. Okay, Mercury and Venus. So Venus, it is a known house. Mercury, you see, it is in a friendly house. Okay, so here, if you see from the angle of a profession, fourth house being good, you can say like the person again, if it is connecting to the profession, again, this person was also an HR person and retired as a general manager in bank. Okay, sir, you want to add?
Yes. See, same thing. So whenever we need to assess, look for profession, not only just Lagna, you need to look for from the moon, and Karaka for profession is a Saturn also. Some charts. Here moon is already sitting in Jupiter sign and with Jupiter, so your moon is very strong. So moon Lagna works very well. So from moon, sun is already in 10th house. So by default, it's showing he has a connection with government for his profession. And the second option also, if you take the 10th house from Saturn, also shows your profession area. So in the same way, again, sun is in 10th house from Saturn, so also showing this. And if you come to Navamsha, Navamsha Lagna is again Cancer, Sun and Jupiter is there, both are. Karaka for 10th house, and in 10th house, Sun is exalted with Ketu. Ketu gives some micro level job related things related to banking, whatever it is, Sun, Jupiter, Ketu. So it gives some bigger position. So if you see overall connection, overall planet position, the base also is showing, confirming there is a high level service working for the country. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. So shall we take any other chart or maybe later on?
Later, yeah.
Okay, sir. Rather, sir.
I will add just some small points. Actually, planetary kingdom is a Maharshi is given the portfolio of each planet. If you take Sun is the king, Moon is the queen, Mars is a army chief, and Mercury is again prince. Jupiter and Venus both are as counselors and ministers. Saturn is a sun. So okay, outer planets Rahu, Ketu, you can take it. Somebody in some books mentioned that the Rahu is a king also, but demon's king. Ketu is given a soldier. So if you take all the planets, they have connected to kingdom, king, government. So that's why we can't say that only one planet or two planets are responsible to give the government job. It's not like that. If you see in the government also, there are no single way of single talent is required in the government. There are multiple things, multiple variety of knowledge required, because variety sections are there. From politics to goes to last job as a peon, servant. He is also, but Saturn dominated, but he is also government employee. So that's why all nine planets have their role to provide the job in the government services. But as you mentioned earlier already, the second house, sixth house, this Artha Trikona, 10th house, these are all interlinked. If it is connected to Sun, because we are taken in the Kalapurusha, Leo is a government where capital resides. If there is any link between this royal planets, Sun and Moon and Rahu, there is a more chance of getting government service. You are getting into government service. So that field can be anything, depend on your talent. Suppose Jupiter is more strong in the chart, so Jupiter gives banking sector, Jupiter gives teaching sector, profit. So it goes to teaching means you can take from top to bottom. Mercury is also a more talented in auditing. So he can give the job related to those things. Arithmetic things. So financial things. Again, Venus comes. Venus comes, he is also counselor, advisor. Sometimes he is sitting with the Sun, chances of becoming a government doctor. So there are all signs have a particular role and depend on the strength and other combinations of the planets. So that person definitely will go into government sector. For example, me also, I work for government for 5 years. Mine is Leo Lagna, Lagna is Sun is there. Sun is sitting in that. So first my selecting to job itself, government job, center government. Even the 10th Lord Venus went somewhere. It's not related to any other things. Even there is no Saturn link, but Saturn is in 9th house. So it shows the Lagna is, if the Lagna is more strong, or Sun is more strong, or linked with your profession. So profession houses again, Lagna is also comes, and second, sixth, 10th houses also play a vital role. So if there are any like these connections, the person definitely will get into the government service. Any maybe if Mars is a police, and Jupiter also gives sometimes IAS. Sun, if it is joined with Sun and Jupiter gives the stamp authority power. So we can take, we need to see the chart completely in detailed mode by looking into D9 and as well as D10. Then, so you can analyze that where this person will going to get a job in profession. So these are my inputs about the government service. So over to Ravi sir.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, welcome to Kalagati. Today we are going to discuss about government jobs. Actually, whatever they written in BPHS, Parasar Maharshi written, they mentioned King's Court, duties in the King's Court, Rachakalu in Telugu. We will call as Rachakalu. So that means the person who are going into the King's Court will be having that rich treatment. So higher authority. So his authority that is considered as a top position. They are having a high esteem, high ego, those kind of things. is having a person who got entry into the king's court as a employee. So after so many years, after so many long years, those king's courts gone, and they are replaced with the governments. So every country is they are having a separate governments, and they are governing their states, countries. So this is becoming a minute part. So from major to minute. Here, the planets which are governing this kind of jobs are sun. Sun represents soul, personality, father-like figure, authority, career, top position, ego, self-esteem. These kind of things will be ruled by sun. And that post are need to will pose so many hurdles, hard work. So they are dealing with the public. Okay. So they're public servants. They are called as a public servants. So they have much more duty. Many people will come daily to meet them. Okay, higher hard work is there. So that patience. So that that kind of hard work, patience, okay, putting efforts, okay, selfless efforts, those kind of with the honesty by following rules and regulations. So Saturn is the Karaka to give that patience, to make that person to work hard, and by following rules and regulations with a greater kind of things are ruled by Saturn. And also Jupiter. Jupiter is considered as a knowledge. So if a person want to deal with the public and need to go through the obstacles, they need to give some solutions, that person need to have higher knowledge. So that person need to have glimpse whatever he is handling. So he need to have that higher knowledge in order to give a solution for the public problems. Okay. So Jupiter is another planet. So for the knowledge sake, higher knowledge sake, Jupiter is considered that. So these are the main planets. And also moon represents, some people will say sun represents a higher kind of a job. Moon represents like it is central government, is a local government, okay, authority, power, those kind of things. Moon is having that love love kind of thing, passion. So emotions, certain jobs need to have emotions. So they will tell that moon represents also a local government. So here, what I see in many charts, every planet which is situated, the 10th house is name and fame. 10th house things will get name and fame, because the government jobs are considered that high, rich, royalty kind of a job. So that 10th house represents that name and fame. If a person is getting a name and fame, that need to represent with the 10th house. So this is a 10th house. Whatever the planet is connected to that 10th house, in those areas he want to get a name and fame. He want to do administration and management. 10th house represents administration and management. Okay, government jobs also, many government jobs are related to administration and management. So any planet is connected with the 10th house. Suppose, for example, Mars. Mars is represents soldiers. So police, military, those kind of government jobs are there. So Mars representing those things. So maybe that person may tend to go towards the military, police kind of jobs. Suppose Venus is there. So suppose Venus is there. So Venus represents creativity, creative pursuits, marketing, business making kind of things. So the Libra is a kind of a Venus representing Libra. So in that Libra, there is a high kind of a marketing, ambassador kind of things. Okay. So ambassador, marketing. So those kind of the jobs are there in the government. Ambassadors are there. So who are representing their country and going outside of the country to make some political or country-wise kind of deals they are maintaining. So those kind of things, Venus is represented. And also Mercury is there. Mercury is a kind of accounting, finance kind of thing. Okay. So high analytical ability. So there are jobs, okay, for government jobs, for their financial and wealth kind of things, which are having high analytical power. So many government advisors are there, financial planning. Okay. So, and also Mercury represents reporting, okay, reporting. So gathering information. So gathering information and doing analytics. So those kind of jobs also there in the government. If you take any planet, it is having those areas are having in the government. So if a 10th house is representing, a planet is there in the 10th house. So whatever the bhavas that the planet is ruling, in those bhavas, you will get a name and fame. So you want to administrate and manage those things. So it can be a job, government job. So essential patterns are when Jupiter is with Saturn or Jupiter Saturn opposite. So 1-7 kind of thing. If a Sun and Saturn is on opposite sides. Okay. So if they are conjunct or opposite signs, they deliberately, I've seen many charts, 90% they are going into government jobs. They're trying into government jobs. And also it need to connect essentially with the 6th and 10th. Okay. 6th house represents the daily routines and 10th house represents name and fame. So these kind of combinations I have seen for the government jobs. So there is no authenticated written kind of text from the ancient Rishis. Government jobs came at present. Okay. So we are adapting whatever the knowledge from the Rishis, we are adapting to the modern ways. Okay. So here, so the Jupiter, if you take Jupiter, government college lecturers and government teachers, so those kind of subjects are there, those kind of jobs are there for if a Jupiter is connected to 10th house. If Saturn is with the 10th house, Saturn represents hard work. Okay. So there are many jobs. Suppose if you take railway guards are there. Okay, railway workers are there, okay, who are carrying that loads of material in goods train. Those kind of jobs are there, which is involving high muscle power, high stress strain. So those kind of central government jobs, local government jobs are there if Saturn is connected to 10th house. So for every planet, there are certain jobs. If they are connected to 10th house, whichever bhavas they are ruling, in those bhava related things they will carry and they will try to get a name and fame. So in this process, government job is came into that situation. Okay. So in the astrology. So, and if you see from the 10th house, if you count 6th, that is 3, 3rd house. If you count 8, that is 5. If you count 12, that is 9. 3, 5, 9 are deadly opposite to not getting any job, government job kind of thing. Okay, because from the 10th house, the name and fame, administration and management kind of things will come in 10th house. From them, if you count the 3rd house, 5th house, and 9th house are deadly opposite. So if any Mahardasha was running and the person make a question about will I get a government job? If that person is running with a third house or fifth house or ninth house Mahardasha, so he may not get that kind of treatment. So because from the 10th house, third house is 6th. So the third house is communications, skills, talents, interests. The person want to learn. So if any person is in job also, if he is having that dasha is coming or the transit is coming in third house, then the person want to update his skills, talents, interests. So he need a break from the job. And also the fifth house creative pursuits. So fifth house is 8th from 10th. So this will also obstacle, that is love. Fifth house represents the love, romance, sex. So these kind of things will come in fifth house. Okay, this may disturb. Okay. And also ninth house. Ninth house represents higher knowledge. So this person want to take a break, need to meet a guru so that he can update the skills, whatever he want to learn. So the ninth house also will disturb. Ninth house is a long distance travel. So many people I seen for ladies, they will get a job and they will get a pregnancy. So there is a long break. So the ninth house, such kind of things, ninth house will represent taking a long break, those kind of things. So we need to see third and fifth and ninth, the dashas, transits will create an obstacle for the name and fame. So 10th house represents name and fame, administration and management. So it will create a disturbance. And essentially we need to see, not only by getting a government, just he want to earn. Okay. We need to see 11 houses. 11 houses. Will this guy will get a kind of a money, so sufficient money to run his family, those kind of things. We need to see 2 and 11. Will he will stable with his financial status or not? If it is connected with Rahu, so he will go in a wrong direction to get that money. Second and 11th house. So many government officers are cheating, bribing, taking money for whatever the work they want to. So those kind of things, if Rahu was connected with the 10th house along with the 2 and sitting is 2 and 11th house. So that bribing kind of thing, those things will come into action. And also many government jobs need competitive exams before the job. So the person want to face a competitive exam. Nowadays they are going in a shortcut by bribing many things. Okay. That is a different issue. So the intellect need to be the Mercury, the intellect, the Jupiter, Mercury. So in order to overcome this competitive kind of things, that strength also need to check whether he will pass the exam to get a government job or not. So these are also what I want to add. So many things already Arnima madam given many points. Apart from that, I added. That's all. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, we'll take some questions if anybody is having.
So anyone have questions? So I have one question, sir. Any government employee suspending again, joining the job again, suspending. So is it connected to 9th Lord?
Yes, sir. 9th Lord will create, that is, it is 12th from the 10th. So it represent, so he want to upgrade his skills by beating a guru. Okay. So that kind of things will come in ninth house. And also one thing for this issue, the eighth house, from the 10th, if you count eighth house, is 11th house. Okay. So that eighth house is a profits and gains, sudden hikes, sudden promotions. Those are all represented in eighth house. So eighth house, if it is not good, so this kind of treatment will happen. The suspensions, if the eighth house is not good, not supporting, so it is badly afflicted. That person may suffer from the health issues, and also this kind of a suspension. All this kind will involve in the eighth house, and also retirement. The permanent retirement also in the eighth house. After that, after retirement, he will get benefits or not. We need to see eighth house. So many people after retirement, they will go revolve around courts. They are not getting that PF or DA or something, whatever the things need to come from the government, it is in a hold. So many people are revolving around courts. So that also represented by eighth house. Whatever you said, the suspensions, all those things will come into the eighth house, or 6, 5, 9 also will take part.
Okay, getting government job as a heritage or loss of a father or parent loss, he's getting the government job.
Yes, sir. Okay, you mean inheritance?
Inheritance, yes.
That also connected with the eighth house one. Inheritance will come in the eighth house. Sir, you may add Arnima madam or Gnaneswar sir.
Yes, that is because is there any connection between 10th Lord, 8th Lord? So definitely there will be job after someone die or someone transfer. Transfer means VRS type of things. This is inheritance, again, same matter. Inheritance you can see from 8th house. So 8th house and 10th house somewhere linked, Lagna and Lagna Lord. So this person will be definitely will have a father's. Generally, if 10th Lord in second house also. Second house means family. 10th Lord is your business or your profession. That you will adapt the profession what family does. So here family means again, suppose a father. If it is a profession, you are going to do father's business, father's profession. If the same will work for business also. So they will continue the 10th Lord in second house. So they will continue the same father's business, lineage. Second house is again lineage. So that also shows. But here the 8th house comes only someone need to either die or voluntary transfer. Depend on affliction to on that house.
Yes, sir. For me, the 10th Lord is in 8th house. I got inherited astrology.
Definitely, because the profession is connected to 8th house, somewhere inheritance will be there.
For mine also 10th Lord is in 8th house.
Definitely. You will get some hurdles in profession, or you are going to, if you are doing father's business, right, inheritance business, then there will not be any hurdles.
Achha, okay. So my father, he was also in bank, and he moved abroad, and I got selected here.
Yeah, if Ravi Shankar sir, if he stopped astrology, then he will see what are the problems he is going to attend.
Yeah, we can see my chart as an example, sir, if we like time allows.
Yeah, sure. Let me open.
Meanwhile, anybody has a question, you can put it on chat. Or after that, unmute yourself and you can ask.
Fire signs we need to add, I think. Government jobs, fire signs. Sudhakar sir told, don't worry, I will take care government jobs. top, but he's not there.
Are you able to see sharing?
No, sir. No, sir.
No? Okay.
No,
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 sir.
sir.
Share the screen. Yes. See, your Lagna is Taurus, right?
No, 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 sir. It is Aries.
Aries. The time
Aries.
is correct.
Yes, sir. 2:11 a.m. you have taken, na? 30 June 1987. 2:11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
2:54. That is a problem.
Uh-huh.
2:11 a.m. Now
Yeah.
comes to Aries Lagna. So ninth
Yes.
Lord in Lagna. So again, there is a connection with father's related things.
Hmm.
Ninth Lord in Lagna. So more influenced by father.
Yes.
Then if you take from Moon Lagna, 10th Lord is in again Lagna. So that is also one shows reason. 10th Lord when in Lagna, so again fathers will come to you. Again from Moon, 9th is Rahu is there. Again Rahu in 9th house is a more attachment with father. Here from Lagna, 10th Lord is Saturn. Saturn is in 8th house. Again showing some inheritance, but at the same time some hurdles. In Navamsha also, Navamsha 10th Lord is in 5th house. Is also government combination. Whenever 10th Lord, 5th Lord combination, even Saturn sitting in 5th house, also government combination. If you take Dashamsha, that should be there. Dashamsha also should have some link. See, Dashamsha clearly showing Lagna is Capricorn, 10th house, Sun is there. So 7th Lord is there. 7th Lord, 8th Lord sitting in 10th house with Venus, 10th Lord. It's also showing again government, fathers. So there should be, definitely there will be link. Otherwise, people will not opt for.
Sir, we can see the Dasha also when I got my this service, when I got selected. Yeah. Actually, like yesterday only I completed 13 years.
Happy birthday.
13 years in bank actually. Thank you.
Bank. Okay, bank service 13 years. So
Bank service for 13.
normally bank will give memento or something after 15 years or 16 years, long service.
10. After first memento after 10 years.
10 years will give, then in central government, they used to give first 5 years, then 10 years, then 16 years. Then it goes to like 20, 24, 25. It's a government.
Okay.
Today audience only there are 3 people on. So it seems they don't have any questions. If no questions, we'll wind up.
Yes, sir.
Sir, we'll wind up.
Okay, sir.